Did you know when you took the year off that you were coming back?
No, did not.
Wow.
Mm-mm.
So when you took the year off, a part of you, did you think that you weren't coming back?
Yeah, at first I was like, I don't think I ever want to do that again. It was just,
Mm.
yeah, mentally I was just out of it. And physically, my body was so done. I was so beat.
Y- That's fascinating. So you were, would you say that you were maybe even certain you weren't coming back?
I wasn't certain, but it was the last thing on my mind for sure.
What
Fascinating.
did you think you were just going to go be a dental hygienist or something?
I
Like you
wasn't
were
sure
just
what
going
I
to
was
go to
gonna
school or
do.
something?
I was like, maybe I'll move to LA and be like a fitness influencer or something, or I
Because
don't
that's
know.
really the only thing you knew, or
No, I was just anything was up in the air at that point. I was like, maybe I'll go back to school. Maybe I'll just go move somewhere I don't know anyone. Maybe I'll move to Disney World. Like all kinds of things.
would you have worked at Disney World? Would that have been cool?
I don't know if I'd work there, but it would be nice to be there.
That's cool.
Hey, so you take the year off and you are like, hey, well, sorry. So you walk. It's more appropriate to say you walked away from CrossFit than you took the year off.
Hmm.
You walked away, and then do you remember the earliest inkling you had where you started getting the itch to come back? And do you remember why you wanted to come back? Like what it
Yeah,
was that you missed or what you wanted to recapture?
I had FaceTime Josh and Haley um, for like one of the first times. And they weren't my coach or anything at that point, but we were just kind of talking and they had just made some points. And I was like, like it was the first time I'd actually even thought about it. Like, again, they weren't coaching me yet. It's really my first time talking to them, like as a conversation like that. But yeah.
And so you were talking to them, and as it crept in, were you weary of it? Like, would you look at that thought and feel guarded about it? Like, hey, fuck you to that thought. Like, what are you
Well,
doing in my
it
head?
was more of just like, I mean, I could do it again. I just don't ever want to feel like so miserable again. So I was like, well, what if I do this again and then end up like that? And so that was kind of like the only like, I don't know.
Hey, nothing is fun all the time, right? So, like,
Right,
if you're,
right.
if right, so how do you how do you distinguish between, hey, this fucking sucks, but it's okay, and this fucking sucks, and like this is not okay?
I mean, dude, I still have bad days all the time, but like the difference now is like the bad days are just days. Like they're not like months at a time or weeks, and I don't just feel like in a rut all day. It's normal to have bad days. We're human. It's just more of, how to deal with them and how to cope and realize like just a day.
So it's not like you're running. That's an important distinction. So it's not that you're running because you're doing one of the hardest things that someone can do. You're putting yourself into the
Yeah,
pain cave on a regular basis. It's fucking
right.
horrible, right? And there's some of us who do it once a year, right? It's like someone like me. Like I do it once a year, and I'm like, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Y- But you do it on the regular, and so it's not that you're afraid of hard things at all. It's just that you don't want to be miserable more than you're feeling good.
Right. Like
It was
that's
it
just
was
not
out of balance.
yeah, it's just not a lifestyle that, like I don't want to look back when I'm 30 and be like, "Oh my God, where did my teenage years, my early 20s go?" I was just miserable all the time and not have anything good from it. So, yeah.
Damn, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
I just think it's interesting. I'm glad that we were talking about this because it is hard what you're doing, like really,
Yeah.
really hard. And it's not that you're afraid of hard things.
Yeah. Not. I want to be the hardest worker in the room, honestly. It's just more of just managing it and not letting it get all to my head and, just taking life for what it is and just enjoying it and being around good people and yeah.
And right now you have that balance.
Yeah. I definitely have that balance and Josh and Haley are a huge part of that.
Is balance the right word? I mean, can you be in balance and
I mean,
be and do what you're doing?
it's definitely hard, right? Because it's not like you can just like stay up till 1 a.m. and go eat crap food all the time. So it's balance is used lightly, but it's more of just like controlling my time outside of the gym while still making sure I'm recovering and stuff, but also just shutting it off and making sure I'm still being a human and doing 23-year-old things and yeah.
Going to concerts and stuff,
Yeah.
going shopping
Hey,
for clothes and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
when Haley was being interviewed recently, she was basically saying that the way I interpreted her stress is that she was having trouble staying present because she was always thinking about what was going to happen next, right? So kind of like going to bed, like what you said. So it's 7:30 at night and she's out at a restaurant and she's like, shit, I have an hour to get home and get to sleep, or else I'm not going to be doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And that seemed really relatable to me. Do you have that too? That it's kind of hard to get settled because you have so much to do before the games that you have trouble getting settled in the moment?
Yeah, I definitely get caught up sometimes in thinking about like what's coming or this or that and just get instant stress, anxiety. But then it's just like, just take it day by day, you know? And I mean, on the weekends and stuff, I'm more lenient than on the weekdays, like my schedule wise. But yeah, I really try not to stress about that kind of stuff because it does nothing good for you if you just worry about it. It makes it worse.
How is 24.1 for you? That's your first, I guess, competition in over a year, right?
Yeah. I wish I had maybe gone harder because I kind of just did it as a workout, which we recognize that after. I definitely had to shake off the competition rust, so I most definitely did not give my best effort, which as a competitor, that's hard to look at and be like, oh my gosh, I'm way better than that. But I don't have to prove that to anyone else. And, you know, we know that. I just definitely wasn't that open field, but this week I'm for sure gonna send it and trust myself. But yeah, I just did it as a workout, which was my fault. But
did you do other pieces after that or before that
oh
too?
yeah, I kept training all day. But it was more like I literally finished and walked off and I was like, Haley, what in the world? Like I just wasn't ready for that yet. Like it didn't hit that it was the open.
Were you nervous about it beforehand?
I was nervous. And I think I got in my head a little bit. But now I've got the competition rush shaken off, but I didn't redo it or anything. If I redone it, I probably would have shaved like, gosh, I don't know. And actually did it, would have shaved so much time off, but that's okay. It doesn't matter.
What was the scene like that you did it in? Did you go against? Did Haley do it with you?
Yeah, I did it with Haley and we just did it in the gym.
And do you get anxious about the cameras being around and all that stuff? Meaning, like, do you have the right angle? Is this really rolling?
I definitely got a little anxiety when I saw like the cameras and they're like, Haley Adams 24.1. I'm like, oh gosh. So, but yeah, I think just getting all those jitters out and realizing like, oh, we gotta go to that place next time. Like this is competition though, it's not just training. But yeah, that was a good workout just to kind of get that out of the way. But yeah, next week I will send it.
Are you a I know you're living in Virginia, but is that where the games recognizes you as living? Like if you go to the regionals or when you go to the regionals or semifinals, will you be an East Coast person?
Yeah, I mean, no matter where I'm at, I'm going to be on the East Coast, either if I'm in North Carolina, Virginia, Tennessee, like, so.
Okay, so the dividing line's like the Midwest or something.
Oh, no, yeah. No,
so you're not like registered in Los Angeles or anything?
No.
No, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. It was great talking to you about your dating life. That was really cool.
Oh my gosh.
That was fun.
Maybe I'll have a better update next time.
Way better talking about Star Wars.
Anything's better than I'll hang up on you if you keep asking these questions. So the bar's set really low, so we can only do better.
True.
Thank you so much for coming on. Congratulations. Hey, you said the thing that sticks out to me the most is what I asked about doing that piece with Andrew. You said, you know, maybe it could be a bridge. And I really do think, I hadn't thought of it before, but I really do think that there was a huge healing piece for a lot of people, as cheesy as that sounds, for you doing that piece with Andrew. I think that we're all like brothers and sisters and cousins in this CrossFit space. And for you to do that just shows that, you know, blood's thicker than water. And like, I really appreciate you doing that. And the piece was great and we all loved it. And I hope to see more of you like that. It was really, really fucking cool. And it wasn't even like, it wasn't as powerful and as emotional as it was. It wasn't schmaltzy. It was just cool. It was just fun. It was raw. And I love seeing you dance in your car and all that stuff. And you're a cool chick, man. I really appreciate you.
Thanks. You
yeah,
cool
absolutely.
Too,
I guess. All right. Take care. Have a good day. Say hi to Josh and Haley for me, please.
I will. All right. Bye, guys.
Thanks, Haley.
Bye.